Hi, I'm Steve Mitchell, aka The Michelli from themichelli.com, and in this episode I'm going to tell you all about day 6 of my water fast. But what happens to day 4 and 5? Okay, I'll tell you about that as well. So as some of the comments came out, you've noticed I didn't post day 4, didn't post day 5. Had I given up? Is that the end of my water fast? And not exactly, but let me take you back to day 3, right? So day 3, if you saw the video, I had a really tough business meeting where my colleagues were eating and drinking. I just had water, and then I went out for a team evening, and I was probably the least sociable person there, and yet I was the one who was going to have a break, go on holiday, and it's kind of tradition, we all get together and we have drinks. I kind of felt bad about that, and every day I'm doing more and more research, and I stumbled upon a video on Thursday night after I'd made my blog by a Dr Mercola and where he was interviewing Dr Fung, and it was a long video. I'll post the link to it down below, and it was really interesting. This Dr Fung really seems to be an expert in fasting, but not just intermittent fasting, but all related stuff. But he's a real advocate of longer term fasts, and has a lot of evidence to prove why fasting is really beneficial for you. And the conversation went round to, how does he manage it? And actually, when he's in social situations, he will quite happily break his fast. He fasts around his life, rather than letting his life control him. And I think that's the bit that I got confused about on Wednesday, day 3. So what I probably should have done is I should have probably broken my fast on Thursday, ate something, been social, and then just carried on with my fast. But I didn't. I kind of struggled through it and put myself through hell, and was probably no fun to my friends and colleagues. So I apologise to my team, and I apologise to Rich Ross and Jimmy Wild for just being probably not the guy that I should have been in those moments, But I carried on with my fast. Then Thursday, so I'm actually taking 2 weeks annual leave, and the first week of this is we're decorating the house, and I've got to get the house in order. And I was just completely demotivated on Thursday morning, trying to help. My wife was pulling up carpet and sanding down doors, and really I was just not responsive. There was clearly something wrong. Now again, part of that was probably psychosomatic, I think, but part of it also was genuinely I was fatigued. So I then started to do some reading up. Why am I fatigued? Why do I feel like this? It's day 4. I'm meant to be feeling amazing, and everyone says from day 4 onwards you feel great. But I just think I had like a delayed onset of what they call the keto flu. Right now, I'm not familiar with keto flu. I'm not doing a ketogenic diet. But the symptoms are when your body cuts over and starts actually using ketones, when you've actually depleted all the glycogen from your body. And I've learned a bit more from watching the videos with Dr. Mercola and Dr. Fung. That can have a toll, and I probably wasn't used to it, wasn't expecting it. So come lunchtime, enough was enough. I thought, right, that's it, I'm going to break my fast. And I had the biggest... Actually, do you know what? I need to take you a step back. In the morning, my wife prepared breakfast for the children, and the whole house filled with the smell of bacon, right? And I kind of... I toughed it out. I didn't mind, but I was like, being at home Thursday, Friday, that was going to be tough for me. So come lunchtime, I couldn't take it. I was like, that's it. I've got to have one of those greasy bacon sandwiches. I'm desperate for some food. I say lunchtime, my fast carried on until about 2 o'clock. And then at 2 o'clock, I did eat a bacon sandwich. In fact, 2 bacon sandwiches, and they weren't just sandwiches, they were in big, thick ciabattas. Loads of bread, loads of carbs, loads of fat, bit of protein. and amazingly I didn't feel better from it, and I was gutted. I was absolutely gutted. And then a bit later on, I had a bulletproof coffee of my own making. You know, I had coffee with a big spoon of coconut oil, stuck it in the blender, whizzed it up. So like a ketogenic coffee. And I then took my blood sugar levels, and my blood sugar levels were off the scale. They were the highest. The ketogenic coffee was about, if I think I ate at 2 o'clock, the coffee would have been at 4 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, I decided, let me have a look and see what's happened to my body, you know, because this whole journey has been about recording the data, understanding the data. And my blood sugar levels were 8.4. They've never been 8.4. 8.4, 8.6. I'll have to go back. I'll put a clip in because I took the pictures of everything. And I also did the urinalysis test for the keto sticks. And I was still heavily in ketosis, which just surprised the hell out of me, right? It's the complete opposite of what I was expecting. I was expecting at that stage to be out of ketosis because I'd had carbs. Because I hear that you can come out of ketosis really quickly. And I was also expecting that my blood sugar level should have returned to normal, considering I'd eaten at 2 o'clock and it was now, 6 p.m. I don't understand why my blood sugar levels were so elevated. Whether that's because my body was regulating blood sugar levels perfectly fine, I was just moving over to ketosis, to being fat adapted, and then all of a sudden it has a rush of carbs, and maybe, because my blood sugar levels were the highest they've ever been, ever. But it was the complete opposite of what I was expecting. So that evening, talked to my wife, we sat down, we had an evening meal, and I made sure that I had a ketogenic evening meal. But then it came to Thursday night, and I had to do my vlog, and I didn't know how to, had I failed, had I not failed, had I let everyone down? And so I was kind of wrestling with it, but I thought, well, let me see how I am in the morning. Let me get my tests, see if I put on loads of weight, and then I'll vlog the next day, so yesterday's results, because I thought that would also be interesting, and that would tell me whether I should continue with my water fast or if I should break my water fast. As in break it completely. I know I broke it, right? But whether I should just completely ditch it or whether I should continue on. The next morning, everything seemed to be back to normal. Still in ketosis. Blood sugar levels seemed to be slightly elevated, but still in a healthy range. So I then fasted all day yesterday, and yesterday evening I had another ketogenic meal. So I fasted for 24 hours, and I'm hoping that the fact that I'm remaining in ketosis means that when I continue my water fast, which I do intend to do, I do intend to continue my water fast, I can do it without any issues. My problem is that I've just kind of gone into this water fast, and I think I wished I put more planning in it. Like the night out, I wished I kind of thought about it. Either planned my lifestyle, these events were not going to happen, or I could turn on, turn off water fasting. So my plan is, rather than being a continuous 21-day water fast or continuous 10-day water fast, I'm going to see if I can do an intermittent water fast. And nobody seems to do this, right? There's no real research on it, or there's no this is not a prescribed method, but I'm just trying to understand my body. So I plan to do a 6-month water fast. But what I'll do is, when I have to break my water fast because of social engagements, so I'm not going to be the stick in the mud. I will eat on those days, but I will try my very best to have a ketogenic diet on those days, so I remain in ketosis. And if I have to eat, one day out, so if we're going to the family for Sunday lunch, I have to have Sunday lunch, but if that's all I eat in a week, and the rest of the time I'm water fasting, and then after that I continue and I carry on with my water fast, over a period of 3 or 6 months, I would have fasted for more days than not. If you add all the days together, that could be like a 60-70 day water fast over that period, with intermittent sporadic days of eating, so not continuous. So I'm going to see if that works as an approach. So today I've got no need to eat as far as I know, so I'm going to continue with my water fast today, day 6, Saturday. I've checked all my stats are perfectly normal. One interesting thing though, so I have been filling out my stats, and I have still been taking my blood sugar levels, and I have been still doing my blood pressure. I haven't put any weight on. There's no water weight come back on. I've maintained, I'm still at 80.7 kilos, right? So the 4 kilos I've lost in the week, they're still off, even though I've eaten some food. So now if I continue with my water fast, do I then start to dip? If I can dip under the 80 kilo barrier, then that to me is real evidence that you can do a more sporadic, intermittent water fast. And maybe this will be a thing, right? I'm just experimenting on myself, but we'll see. So I'm continuing the vlogs. Hopefully this was useful. If for those of you that were following me purely because you wanted to see how an extended water fast is solely, I apologise to you guys. I'm going to continue fasting. Hopefully we can make some breakthrough and find some unusual new way of approaching fasting, which means that you could water fast for really extended periods, when you average it out over a long time, like 6 months. See if I can get all the weight off that I want to lose. But I'll also do more frequent pictures so you can actually track my progress, because I know on day 1 I did a picture and I put it up really briefly because I was kind of ashamed of how my body was. So I wanted something where I could prove progress, but I wasn't going to flaunt how my body looks. But I'm feeling a bit more confident having lost 4 kilos, and the fact that because I've maintained and I've not, so I'll include some of that stuff as well. Okay, if you like this video, please push the thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.